2, 1, and it says
maybe I can find it again.
Keep looking for it. We'll find it. All right, and I think we're online. Hopefully, maybe. Sorry.
Hello.
For being so late, guys. We have some technical problems. They're ongoing.
Dude, it's still a thing right now.
We just said screw ridiculous. We're just gonna roll with it, even though it's broken. There's some weird lag issues and audio breaking up and video glitches.
Oh, okay. So I found the post that so just before we started, I was trying to find the proper announcement to a thing that CERN had discovered, and the post that I saw was quote, they've injected antimatter into a supercooled liquid helium and were able to make a molecule that had antiprotons and protons, and it didn't annihilate. And then they say Anna Soter made the first human-made antiprotonic helium atoms. And then there's like a lot of like, hey, where's the fucking citations? So this might actually be fake news. So hold on. CERN's ASA-CUSA team, including Anna Soter, did create antiprotonic helium atoms by replacing electrons with antiprotons and helium cooled to superfluid states. These hybrid atoms didn't annihilate as expected, showing surprising stability using laser spectroscopy. They measured the antiprotons' properties with extreme precision, confirming matter-antimatter symmetry, but this doesn't mean protons and antiprotons coexisted without destruction. So in better words, scientists at CERN created an antiprotonic helium by swapping electrons and helium atoms with antiprotons, which are like antimatter versions of protons. Yeah. Amazingly, these atoms didn't annihilate, and they stayed stable long enough to study using lasers. But
anybody understand any of this? You lost me. You lost me, bro. Can you pump this through AI and say, give us the Fisher Price version?
Yeah. So yeah, like it's not.
Here, I'll do that right now. I'll go to Copilot and ask him for the Fisher Price.
So
version.
I'm taking my lick away from this. Somebody's misinterpreting something or posting something they shouldn't have. That doesn't make any sense. But we can still talk about how Alice finds first ever evidence of the antimatter partner of hyperhelium-4.
Ooh.
Right.
I am a 6th grader. Hold on, I'm trying AI out here. I just said explain this article to me like I'm a 6th grader. Okay,
yeah,
let's see if this makes more sense. This might make more sense. So it says, here's an explanation. Scientists at CERN used a giant machine called a Large Hadron Collider to smash tiny particles together really fast. This creates conditions similar to just after the Big Bang when the universe was super hot and dense. In this experiment, they found something called hyperhelium-4, which is like a mirror image of a regular particle called hyperhelium-4. This is anti-hyperhelium-4. It says regular particles are made of protons and neutrons, but the hyperhelium-4 is made of antiprotons and antineutrons. Mm-hmm. Finding anti-hyperhelium-4 is important because it helps scientists understand why there's more regular matter than antimatter in the universe.
Yeah, because that's actually a big deal.
That was a good explanation, actually. I got to give it credit for that one. That was not bad.
That is still a huge question in physics, because like if the Big Bang creates the universe, it should be in symmetry. There should be the same amount of antimatter as there is matter, and everything should just annihilate. So where's the balance of the antimatter, or why is there more regular matter than antimatter?
See, I always heard that there was a theory that like all the empty space in the universe is like antimatter or dark matter. Oh, maybe I'm thinking dark matter. I'm thinking dark matter, right?
Now, yeah, they use that as an explanation for like the observable universe, all that we can see and can account for is like a tiny drop. There's so much stuff there has to be, because like we can see how the universe is expanding and like the way the galaxies and stuff move and things like that. There isn't enough observable mass to account for this motion. So there has to be something out there that we can't quite detect yet. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, yeah, ooh, I don't.
And actually, I don't know if it's in the list. Did we talk about the quantum thing from Google?
Oh no! That's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, the
quantum chip. There's a quantum chip that they're saying part of that announcement is like, so this works, but like if it's working, then there has to be like multiple universes, because like some of this stuff has to be being done. It's actually part of the announcement that they put out, the official like announcement. They kind of sideways about it, because it's like the only way that this could be it could be doing these calculations so fast is like some of this work has to be being done like elsewhere, It's kind of a confirmation, almost or like an almost confirmation of multiple universes, because like the parallelization of it is too extreme for it to be happening only here, I guess.
Yep. So it says, so Google made a new computer chip called Willow that's really powerful. So this is the quantum computer chip they created.
Is this your 6th grade explanation?
It is. It is. Okay. It is. I have to, bro. He said, imagine a regular computer as a really fast calculator, but Willow is like a super duper calculator that can solve problems way faster than anything else. Super fast. Willow can do in just 5 minutes what it takes the biggest regular computer 10 septillion years to do. Fewer mistakes. Regular computers sometimes make mistakes. So do quantum computers like Willow, but Willow is special because it makes fewer mistakes as it gets bigger and does more things at once. Cool science. Some scientists think that Willow's amazing speed might be because it's using ideas from something called the multiverse theory, which means there could be many parallel universes. This chip is a big step forward, making quantum computers that help solve really tough problems in medicine, energy, and other areas. Does that help? I'm going to say, explain a lot more about how this chip could prove the multiverse theory is true. Because that's what I'm curious about. That's what the hell is this thing doing that the other quantum computers weren't, that like made it seem like the parallel universes exist? So here it is. It says, let's dive a bit deeper into Google's Willow quantum chip and the idea of the multiverse theory. So quantum mechanics basics, it says quantum computers use something called qubits, which can be both 0 and 1 at the same time, thanks to a property called superposition. This allows quantum computers to perform many calculations simultaneously. Parallel, yeah, I know it doesn't scale linearly. Like with quantum computers, like every qubit doesn't just add double the workload. It's like cubed or squared or something like that. Parallel universes. The multiverse theory, proposed by physicist David Dutch, suggests that every possible outcome of a quantum event happens in a separate parallel universe. So if you're faced with a choice in one universe, you choose one path, and in another universe, you choose a different path. It says Willow's performance, Willow performed a computation in under 5 minutes that would take a regular computer 10 septillion years to complete. This incredible speed might be explained by the idea that Willow is somehow accessing computational power from these parallel universes. Error reduction is what. Oh, hey, thank you so much for the $25. Is it Steve Livesey? Thank you
love those
so much,
British
man.
pounds, man.
Serious. Oh, those are pounds. That's worth
20
more,
20 British pounds. Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Gotta love it. Mwah.
So Willow's so error reduction. As Willow adds more qubits, it reduces errors exponentially, making it more powerful and reliable. Because if you don't know, like quantum computers don't give you like a perfect yes or no answer. It's all a probability. So, oh damn, Pele, thank you for the $18.20. Appreciate it, brother.
Sexy.
Damn. Woo! So with quantum computers, the more qubits you have, the more exponential workload you get, and you don't get like yes or no, you get probabilities, right? Yeah. So quantum computers, and then of course, you can get really high probabilities. Whereas like the way I'd explain it to people is like a regular computer, if you say 1 + 1, it just says 2, right? Clear, cut, dry mathematical. If you give 1 + 1 to a quantum computer, it's going to give you probabilities of it being 2, and the probability of it being 2 is going to be higher than any other answer. But the probability of it being 1.8 or 1.2 or something is still going to be there. It's just going to be low. It's going to be a low probability. Right. So, but this is really good for when you're doing stuff like cracking passwords, for instance. Yeah. Right? Because you're not looking for like the absolutes. You're just looking for the probability of it being the right password and improving that probability. And 1 qubit can do a lot more than just one computation at a second of the password. Like you can do like, with a couple of qubits, you can do like thousands and thousands of passwords simultaneously, like with one operation. It's really bizarre. So I guess that's why they're saying that it could prove multiverse theory is the way that qubits work, where they can do multiple computations in parallel with 1 qubit. Like, how is it doing that if it's not tapping into the answers from other universes? It's kind of what it sounds like they're saying. Skepticism and debate. Well, this is an exciting idea. It's important to note that it's still a theory and not a proven fact. Some scientists are skeptical and believe more research is needed to confirm this. Willow's amazing speed and error reduction capabilities might suggest that quantum computers are tapping into the computational power of parallel universes, supporting the multiverse theory. It's a fascinating concept that combines cutting-edge technology with deep questions about... Okay, let me ask this. So, is there any real evidence that it's tapping into the power of the multiverse? Or is this just purely a theory because we can't explain how it's able to get so much work done.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a theory.
Yeah, I mean,
because how would you prove it?
Yeah, well, I'm wondering how simple of a theory it is. Like, I'm wondering if they have like any actually evidence to back up the theory, or if it's just they're just guessing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it says right now it's mostly theory. Google's lead on quantum computer AI, Hartmut Nevin, suggests that Willow's incredible speed might be because it's tapping into that computational power from parallel universes. However, this idea is yet to be proven and still is very much in a debate among scientists. Most experts agree while Willow's performance is impressive and it does reduce errors significantly, attributing this to parallel universes is more of a speculative idea. It's a way to explain how quantum computers can do so much more than classical computers, but it's not definitive proof of the multiverse theory. Yeah. So for now, it's exciting hypothesis, but not confirmed evidence. Yeah. So the weird thing with quantum computers, that, and I don't understand, they always say if you understand quantum mechanics, you don't understand quantum mechanics or something like that.
Yeah.
But with quantum mechanics, you're like measuring these superpositions of quarks, like literally like spins and rotations of these like subatomic particles, right? Like,
right.
They're way smaller than atoms, like way smaller. Like atoms are made up of like, you know, trillions and trillions of like these little quarks and gluons. And with a quantum computer, I guess the reason why they have to be so cold and they have to run like super cold is because you have to get it down to where it can be a superconductor. And so we only have materials that are like superconductors at these ultra low temperatures, but we keep coming up with new materials all the time that can be a little bit warmer and a little bit warmer, but they still need like like liquid nitrogen levels of freezing or more, right? Helium. Yeah. But they've gotten better
because they got to get it down to almost
absolute zero.
Like
yeah. It's like
as close as we can to basically no movement.
But I think we did build a quantum computer that can operate somewhere in the realm of like liquid nitrogen. Like I know they did make a huge breakthrough in that where it didn't have to be as cold. Because getting it that cold is the hard part. Like, if we could run a quantum computer at room temperature, we'd already have them sitting on people's desktops today. Like, we already know how to manufacture them. It's the creating the environment to run the quantum computer is the pain in the ass, right? And so you got to run it like at absolute zero in a vacuum. Like, it's crazy. The environments that they run these things. If you've ever seen a quantum computer when they disassemble it,
looks so weird.
It's so weird. The chip is like this tiny itty bitty thing, and the rest of it is just all these like really weird exotic materials, all like tied together with like, and it's like a Russian doll. It's like there's a stainless steel container around the core, and then another container, and another insulating container, and another one, and then like each layer gets like a different level of vacuum and a different kind of gas inside of it, or whatever, you know, or they'll pull like an absolute vacuum and freeze it to almost absolute zero. But the amount of equipment it needs to do that is like huge. That's where all the heat and all the energy comes from with quantum computing. But the weird thing is I've never seen code for a quantum computer. That's one thing I'd love to see is like, here, what does code look like for a quantum computer? Because I've never looked at this because a quantum computer, again, doesn't work on binary, right? It works on basically like maybe.
It's fuzzy. Yeah, that's the point.
So it's like, how do you program for something that's not deterministic, right? Like, it's really weird. So it says quantum computing code can look different depending on the programming language and the quantum computing framework you're using. A popular framework is called QISKit, which is developed by IBM and for their quantum computers. And here's a simple using Python and is it QSkit to run a quantum circuit. So it's literally just using Python. And let's see here. So the code says create a quantum circuit with 2 qubits and 2 classical bits. Oh, so it intermixes. Oh, so I didn't know this. Okay, so I guess it makes sense. So the quantum computer is like a GPU add-on. Like you still need the traditional computer to actually run the code. The quantum computer is like a peripheral. So like I'm looking at the code right now that you'd run on a traditional computer, right? That imports all the libraries for the quantum computer. And so it creates a quantum circuit, and you define how many qubits you want, depending on, you know, the computer might have 100, but maybe you just want one of them. So how many qubits do you want, and then how many classical bits, like how many cores do you want from the classical computer? And you intermix them. So, and then it says the next thing you do is add something called quantum gates. So here it says it's applying a Hadamard gate to qubit 0, and then it's applying a C0 gate with control bit to qubit 0 and target qubit 1. I have no idea what the hell that means. And then it says it measures the qubits, so QC.measure, and then it lists qubit 0 and qubit 1, and then it prints out the measurement from the qubit. So you're inputting information into the qubit, you're measuring the qubit, then you print out the qubit, then it says simulate the circuit using AER simulator. I have no idea what that is, so it creates a simulator, runs some shit, and then it says get the results from the simulation. You have to pass the qubit to the simulator. So, and then the simulator uses the qubit to do its work. And then it says the total count for 0, 0, and 1, 1 are, and then counts, and it gives whatever the quantum computer returns back to it as an integer. So this is so, and then it plots the results in a histogram. So it says we create a quantum circuit with 2 qubits and 2 classical bits. We apply this algorithm. We apply a C0 gate controlled knot to entangle the 2 qubits. I've heard of quantum like entanglement, right? And then it says we measure the qubits and store the result into the classical bits. So we use the quantum to create the thing, and then we take that information, store it in traditional bits so we can look at it. And then it said, because I think with qubits, isn't it like something like once you look at the superposition, you destroy it? There's some like Schrodinger thing going on with quantum computers where it's like once you measure the qubit, you can never measure it again or something like that. Like when you measure the qubit, it's gone. Like it's donezo. And let's see here. We measure the qubit and store the result in the classical bit, and then we print and simulate the circuit using a quantum simulator. This code demonstrates some basic quantum operations and how to simulate a quantum circuit. Quantum computing frameworks like Qiskit make it easier to write and understand quantum programs. Okay, I'm going to say so give me an example of a
that made a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'll say give me here, write me a program for the IBM quantum computer that can crack a password.
The real question is, can it run Crysis? Okay? That's the real question. If it cannot, then who cares? This is just math shit. Like, who cares?
It's so weird, man.
Where's Adam? I bet Adam could tell us.
Oh, Adam would definitely know.
Talking about.
Yeah, Adam would be the dude to ask about this. Pele said, "Wait, like your pod waiting all week." Wait, I missed this. Hold on, where'd it go? Where did the chat go? Let me pull up my chat here. I want to see this. Where did it go? I had a freaking window open. Where'd it go? Is it this one? Hold on. Let me try to find this thing. Is it this one? There it is. I found my control room. I'm going to move that where I don't lose it again. Okay, so, and then here we go. All right, I found it. So, Pele, thank you for the 200 sexes. And Steve Livesley, thank you for the 20 pounds. So, Merry Christmas, guys. PS asked a few weeks ago on stream about PSVR versus Meta. Went for the Quest 3 in the end and love it. No, good choice. Really good choice. So again, the PSVR 2 is awesome if you like Gran Turismo 7. If you have a PS5 and you like Gran Turismo 7, or you just want to do PC VR and you don't mind a cable hanging off of you, the PSVR 2 is awesome because it's very lightweight, it's comfortable, and it has OLED screens, which OLEDs just look absolutely gorgeous. The Quest 3 doesn't look as good, and it's not as bright because it uses the pancake optics, and those eat up a lot of the light, so you lose a lot of contrast and stuff like that. But with the Quest 3, you get a lot more versatility because you might not be able to play Gran Turismo on PlayStation 5 because it doesn't work on the PlayStation 5, but you can play like everything else. You can play standalone games on the Quest 3. You can play PC games on it with a USB-C cable connected to the computer. You can play on the PC with wireless if you have a 5G or 6G network in your house. And I mean, it is good. I just tested it last night. I played a bunch of PC VR games laying in bed wirelessly with the Quest 3 that I recently got. A friend bought me one for Christmas early. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it's so awesome, dude. When that showed up, I was like, really, dude? Awesome.
I've been toying with like much as in a similar sense as the commenter here, like, do I get the PSV? Like, I kind of, it's more just like a curiosity. I don't really want to spend the money. Like, either the PSVR, because I think you can do that on PC now.
What's that?
Use it on PC. The PlayStation VR 2,
yeah. You got to buy a $50 adapter, but yeah, you can plug the adapter into the PC and use PSVR on PC.
I wanna fuss with some VR stuff, but I'm not enough to really spend the money. You know what I mean? Like, I know like the Quest 2 and stuff is really good and it's fairly inexpensive and whatnot, but like, it's not enough.
So Quest 2 is best bang for the buck. So the Quest 2 is dirt cheap. It has really bright picture, really good contrast and saturation. What you get with the Quest 3 that you don't get with the Quest 2, though, is you get those pancake optics, which means none of that weird light ringing stuff or God rays or any of the shit that separates you from the image. And the sweet spot is massive, meaning like with PSVR 2 and Quest 2, you have to have it right in a sweet spot and tighten down. And if it moves, things get blurry. On the Quest 3, you can have that thing bouncing around on your face and everything stays tack sharp. Like the IPD is not nearly as sensitive, like the interpupillary distance. He's like, I am focused on the typing right now.
No. Well, somebody else, LG asked which one should I get if I plan to use it with my PC, and I was saying I think the Quest is the best way to go.
So the Quest 3 is the best for versatility. The PSVR 2 is best for image quality. So, but here's the rub.
interesting.
Here's the rub with the PSVR 2 though. Is one, you have to have a cable. The Quest 3 you don't. You can play all your PC games literally over network, no lag, perfect graphics, good frame rate. Dude, it's awesome. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You also with the Quest 3, you don't get as bright of a picture. Like the PSVR 2 has a brighter picture, but you also on the PSVR you have a perfect sweet spot. Like this right here. You have to put this damn thing on, and you have to torque it down really tight to keep that thing in place, but it weighs nothing. It literally, when you get it, you feel like, why did I pay for it? It feels like an empty plastic shell.
Is that the Quest one?
No, this is the PSVR. This is the PSVR.
Oh, it's the PS. Okay.
So the Quest 3 weighs a lot more, but it also has like a full-blown computer and battery in it. That does not. But the Quest 3 is closer to your face, so it's shorter. It's got the pass-through, so you got full color depth perception pass-through, so you can run around your house with the headset on and see everything just fine.
Yeah.
Another party trick that the Quest 3 does that's really cool, I just tried it for the first time the other night, is it has an experimental feature where you connect your Windows PC running Windows 11, and you can actually put as many monitors as you want. You can just stick monitors anywhere and make them any resolution or as far as... Yeah, you can make it like the Matrix, where you can turn around 360 degrees and just program and do
your kitchen
everything.
And come back and like you still got a YouTube recipe open and stuff. Yeah.
And not only that, it's actually the resolution is quite good. Like I didn't old VR, you couldn't read text for shit. Now, if you bring it really close to your face and make the screen look like a 100-inch TV, you can read even the smallest text like no problem. It's fantastic. He said, have you guys tried pinging each other's IPs to see if there's any packet loss or nothing else? Try the Sonobus for audio. I don't know what a Sonobus is.
That's the thing. That's the weirdest thing. So like we're kind of blaming it on me. Cause like
I'm still blaming it on you.
It's my uploads. Then why was it still being weird when I was on the cell phone?
Because you're a little bitch. That's why.
That part doesn't make any sense.
No, you're right. Like, he did get on the cell tower. Yeah, you did.
It's Comcast runs the main trunk for the local cell tower from my neighborhood. That's a Comcast trunk line there. But my home internet is fiber through
Ziply?
I guess technically CenturyLink, but yeah, it's quantum fiber.
I wonder if they both go through a similar route. I bet you they both fork into one route, and that route could be the problem.
That might be because we'll have weird.
It's improved a lot though. Your quality has improved a lot since we started the stream. So
like when we we'll have power outages or something, and some people will still have cell phone, and others don't. Because that kind of got solved a little bit because now I think there's like a deal, but it used to be like, only the people who had Verizon could still, their cell phones were still working. It's just weird. I don't know. There could be some weird bottleneck where there might be something funky going on with everyone. But yeah, but run speed test and my upload is fine, but my upload is just wonky to VDO and sort of Discord.
On Discord, to me, it was like equally messed up. When you connected me on Discord, it sounded just as bad. So I don't think it's VDO because we ruled that out. I don't think it's your direct, your internet connection per se, but I think there is a routing problem between us and VDO. It could literally be at the state level. We could literally be going through some VDO trunk in another state, and wherever that route is, we're both going through is where it's screwed up. But something is screwed up between us. The one thing I do need to figure out is why VDO will not connect us directly, because VDO will allow you to connect direct PC to PC IP. So the only thing I can think of is we have our networks locked down for inbound connections, so it's not allowing me, VDO needs to connect your IP address and you don't have it forwarded to your computer, and I don't have anything forwarded to my computer. Yeah. So it can't connect us direct IP to IP to computer. Our routers can see each other, our modems can see each other, but our computers can't, so it's forced to go through a server where we both connect to it, and then it connects us through the server. So I think we can fix it. I think what we're going to have to do, though, is go through and figure out, what ports we have to forward on our router to our computer for VDO. Yeah. And then VDO will try to connect us IP to IP. And then if those ports are open and forward to the right computer, it should make the connection and not push us through their little proxy. So he said, send me the video link and I'll try P2P. Let me see. Well, if I send you the video link, though, you're going to pop in. Can you make sure that your audio and video is muted?
Yeah.
Yeah, just so it doesn't mess everything up. And I'll send you a link on XDM. Give me just a second and I'll send it to you. I'm just sending out the links because I forgot to at the beginning of the stream. Oh, damn it. Why didn't it do that? Usually it asks me if I want to cross-post to my groups on Facebook, and it's nope, so I got to type it again. Oh, well. It'll be fine. Okay, Tech Talk is finally live. Come hang out. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing the stream, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so post... did I already post it? Nope, I didn't post it even on Discord. All right, so everyone, Everyone, we're finally live. There we go. Okay, I think I posted. Oh no, I got to post on Blue Sky. What am I doing? I keep forgetting. I got anything I post on X, I'm posting on Blue Sky, and everything I post on Blue Sky, I may not necessarily post on X because I want Blue Sky to be my primary moving forward. All right, if you guys aren't on Blue Sky, by the way, come over to Blue Sky and give us both a follow. We're both over there now. Okay, there we go. I posted everything. Let me get the link to to Mr. Nate. Here, where is it? There it is. Gotcha. Okay, here, hold on. Let me send you the link. Copy link. All right, here is the link. And then the password is also there. All right, there you go. You can fart around and do some testing and see what you can come up with. Yeah, because I'm curious to see if he can get a peer-to-peer, but I don't think he'll be able to because, again, I think both of our routing is set up in such a way that it's not allowing it to connect us. And it's not peer-to-peer to VDO. It's VDO connects us peer-to-peer, so he'd have to connect to both of us peer-to-peer, and I don't think he's going to be able to. But let's see what happens. He knows a lot about networking, though, so he can figure out at least something.
Yeah.
Did I hear about Odyssey can't link to YouTube channel no more? Got to upload to it now? Wait, did I hear Odyssey
I have no
can't
idea.
link to YouTube
I don't know
channel?
what that means.
Oh, YouTube shut them down so they can't copy the videos anymore? Okay, so Odyssey is a peer-to-peer blockchain video service that's a competitor to YouTube.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know about it, but it has been growing in popularity. And it all works on crypto. It all works on this like library coin or whatever. And so you used to be able to sign up for their service, put in your YouTube channel, link your YouTube channel, and then anytime you upload the video to YouTube, it would clone all your videos on your channel and any new video you uploaded live streams. It just automatically took them over and uploaded them to Odyssey. So that way people that didn't want to watch your shit on YouTube or didn't like YouTube, they could watch your stuff on Odyssey. It looks like they blocked that now, if this person is correct. And it sounds like they no longer allow you to do that. Like YouTube shut them down so they can't keep cloning YouTube. And so now, if you want to upload a video to Odyssey, even if you have your YouTube channel linked, you have to manually go over to Odyssey and upload it yourself. So they can no longer clone it from YouTube. I wonder if they got in trouble or something, because I don't see how YouTube could stop them from doing that, seeing as YTDLP works fine. Like YTD, I don't know if you ever used YTDLP, but it's an open source app. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody uses that damn tool at some point. And so, and that tool works fine. Like that tool. So why would they not be able to do that if it works? You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't they just use YTDLP to like clone the shit over? Wait here. Exuded said, you guys hear about those weird drones showing up in New Jersey, some other states, UK, etc.? I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, big ones. Apparently, like off the coast. Yeah, but and like it's a little weird and suspicious, but they're not like sneaky or anything. They have like lights and stuff on them. They're like following from what I've heard, of course, like the general FAA regulations about like blinky lights on the wings and shit. That's like, but there's like, they don't know where they're coming from.
That is weird. So they don't even know if they're like domestic drones?
Well, nobody's admitting to it. But yeah, like BB Junkie saying reckon it's local military, which is certainly possible. They could be just testing some stuff and don't want to talk about it. Audio bit rate is below 20. That's what we're saying.
Yep. It's
networking guy. Yeah, is in the room. So, and then my overall upload bit rate keeps jumping all over the place. Like right now, it's 4.19 megabits, which is fantastic. But,
yeah, and I have it cranked like here in the channel, like in the control room. I actually have. Let me see here. So
an ice restart. I've done that a few times. Well, there's a button. This is trigger ice restart.
Yep, we already did that.
I've done that a few times, and I don't notice any difference. I clicked a button and nothing.
There's no difference.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, that's good when you have corruption and stuff like that, but it hasn't done anything for this, sadly.
I send a million keyframes to viewers.
That's why it took so freaking long for us to get streaming, is because we tried everything. Yeah, like we went through. We even rebooted our entire networks. Yeah, our modems. I did VPN with VPN, without VPN. We did speed tests on everything. We connected on Discord to rule out VDO Ninja. It's some networking issue in the route between us that's causing this.
My TV in my bedroom, it blipped. It had like a 2-minute buffer, 3-minute buffer. It was incredible. I literally powered everything off, flipped a switch on the wall, unplugged the modem. And it was still playing. Like the episode is still playing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And it's just the buffer. Like I was like, that's impressive. It only just blipped a little bit as the network like came back. Like finally everything woke back up and like connected everything. It blipped for a second. I was like, that's impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah, it's very weird. I'm trying to figure out. Hold on here. Let's see if I can
Ping the
find
relay
it.
IP.
Yeah, like
relay
you know,
IP.
under stats.
Sure,
So
yeah.
go under stats and grab the relay IP and do like a ping-t and see if you have any dropped packets. I'm actually curious about that. That's a good idea to ping the relay. I like that.
Administrator. Ping. What did you say? Ping what?
Let me see if I can find the relay IP address. I'm trying to figure out where to bring up stats. I've done it before, but then I'm having a brain fart right now.
If you click the stuff in the upper right corner, your little cursor comes with a little question mark. Click on that. It opens a side thing.
Okay, so a little question. I'm looking for the question mark.
So in the upper right corner, you'll see like a link that says 3. You're looking at the.
I'm looking at the dashboard.
Yeah, never mind.
So I'm trying to figure out where it is in here. I've opened it up before, so I know it's in here somewhere. I just gotta
right clicking on my video, and that might have it.
There we go. Yep, that's it. Okay, so let me go to.
But you said dash what?
Let me see here. Mirror video, hide control bar, picture in picture, full window, record to disk, save frame. Oh, show stats. There we go. I found it. Okay. So I've got the IP address. I'll send it to you. So do you know how to find it on your side?
Yes.
Okay. So grab your remote relay IP address and just ping it and see what you get.
The one that's labeled local relay IP.
Yeah. It should start with like, is it a 5.1 address?
Yes.
Yep. Just ping that one. Do ping space -t space and put in the IP address.
11 milliseconds and then 888.
Yep. Just let it keep running and see if there's any like spikes while we're talking and stuff. Because right now we're clean.
How do I do more than 4?
Okay, you just broke. Oh, you do -t. So ping space -t. T is in time, space, and then the IP address, and that'll ping. And then, I dropped a packet. I'm getting consistent ping times, 8 and 10 ms, but I did drop a packet. So let's see if it drops another one here in a second. If it is, then that means between me and the relay there is a problem. So
nothing. I'm good so far. Nothing.
So far
7, 8, 7, 9.
I'm getting the same thing. 7, 8, 7, 8, 8. I got 110.
TTL is 49. What is that total time?
TTL I think is like the maximum jumps before it won't work. It's like I think that's just the default.
Nothing. The worst one so far has been 10 milliseconds.
Yeah, 10 is the most that I'm having, down to 7. I've only dropped a single packet so far.
It seems really good now. Like my upload bit rate is 5.32 right now.
Oh, you just broke up. You just broke up right there. Let's see if it drops a packet. I dropped a packet. It dropped a packet.
But not me. It's been clean this whole time.
So it's between me and the relay that there's a problem. So it's, but what's weird is I
knew it. VPN. I knew it wasn't me. I knew it.
It's always my fault. No, I know. I know. So no, I just dropped. Nope, I dropped 3 packets. Yeah, it's dropped, dude. It's dropping packets like crazy.
Right, how do I make it stop?
So here's the thing I'm gonna do. Hold on. I'm gonna ping Google. Stop. Oh, just hit Control C.
Okay. Really?
Yep. Just Control. Or sorry. Control X.
It stopped it.
Control X, I think, is the one to do, not Control C.
Weird. I mean, Control C did stop it though. That's interesting.
It did. Okay, so I'm going to ping Google now and see if there's any dropped packets. But speed test showed no drop packets. I dropped a packet. This is Ziply.
It's not me.
It's Ziply. That's why this was happening. So here's the part that I'm curious with.
Vindication.
But here, I got to ask a question. Have you guys noticed any problems with my video or my audio while you're watching the stream? Has the stream like been junk for me at all?
A little blips of some chunky robotiness, but it's like for like a second. That's it.
Because I'm wondering if I'm dropping, so it's me to OVH. Yeah, this is weird. Yeah, this is a Ziply problem.
And every once in a while, the video in VDO like kind of freezes for a sec and then catches up.
See, it just broke up. Now I'm gonna see if it drops a packet. Yep, just dropped a packet. So, dude, it's not me to VDO. It's me everywhere. I'm dropping packets everywhere. God damn. You're vindicated, bro. You're vindicated. The truth. You got the truth there.
My record of it's not me continues.
Damn it! And I rebooted the modem too, so this is like Ziply having a problem.
I'm shit. Yoked, man.
Let me,
look at that.
Dude. Yeah, you are. Let me ping. Here.
I don't flex enough. Holy shit, that's pretty good.
Let me see. Can I find gosh, what's the name of the dude? What's the Ziply CEO guy's name? There he is. I found him. So
hey, Darko,
John.
1912-011. Thank you for the 10 gridded British pounds.
Okay, let's see here. I'm dropping packets intermittently.
I like those Brexit
tons
bucks.
of IP addresses like Google and VDO. Are you guys having any problems with
in your area?
Our area?
Because I imagine
he lives like right down the street from me, the CEO of the actual ISP. So
I imagine it's the same. It's the same infrastructure. Like I know I go through Ziply, but it's so funny. All the networking gear, like when I start looking into the equipment, it all says CenturyLink. Which I think is really funny. Like the when I poke at the modem, no, that's not the right term, but the little fiber box that they give me, it says that the gateway is like controlled by CenturyLink. All my Ubiquiti equipment says like, oh yeah, the host is CenturyLink and that kind of stuff. I think that's really fun.
That's cool. Here, let me ping another one.
Doesn't have a dad bod? Oh, dude, I totally do. It's just my arms. Okay, like I have really nice arms and legs. Like I still could like deadlift probably. I was gonna say like 500 pounds, but that's probably not true anymore.
Yeah, just to let a networking guy know, I already did VPN to Seattle. We already tried all the VPN stuff. It doesn't matter. VPN on. We even tried with VPN off, VPN on, Seattle, everything. The problem is I'm actually dropping packets coming out of Ziply. I think OVH is like the back end, like the internet backbone.
I was curious what that stood for.
That I don't know.
Cloud computing company, OVH Cloud.
Yeah, I'm dropping packets like crazy, and to everything. I'm dropping packets to Microsoft. I'm dropping packets to Google.
Games requiring connection in games. Oh, we've talked about this. It's dumb. There's no reason single player games need to be connected to the internet. It's
no,
super
that's
annoying.
Stupid, man. Like the biggest one that pissed me off was SimCity. Remember SimCity?
Oh yeah, SimCity too. Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, that was such ass. Wait, how do I have one? I trace routed Google and it's one hop. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on. Let's try Microsoft. There's something weird happening, my friends. Okay, so
Ziply is a ISP for fiber internet rather than like Comcast or Xfinity I think in Canada it's Cox for like cable internet. Yeah, it comes like your coax cable. Jerry and I both have fiber.
Yep, I'm dropping even on traceroute. I'm dropping all the pings to the first hop. So yeah,
this would be so easy if I could talk through video. I mean,
no, yeah, you've already done everything.
Channel, man, I can't say nothing. So
no, you already got it, dude. You already did everything you can do. So now I just got to reach out to Ziply. We've already got the problem figured out.
Man,
so you nailed it, dude.
Though. Like
it is a bummer because
it's weird. Somewhere in the
and you know
route
what? I've been noticing hiccups. So I don't know how long this has been going on because I haven't done a ping test in a while. But this probably explains I've been having problems intermittently on my TV, like watching YouTube videos. I click on a YouTube video and it just sits there and it's loading forever, and I have to back out and click on it again. And that just started happening like a day or two ago. I bet you this has been happening. So yeah, everything's timing out. Here, let me do a ping.
Yeah, weird. I watched the video thing, like pause and then catch up with your audio. Like the audio didn't hitch, but the video part did. It was really weird.
So I'm gonna ping Ziply Fiber, like their main website, because that's like right off of their. It's like all mirrored on their network. So I'm gonna see if I drop any packets directly to them. Because what I'm wondering is if the problem is between me and Ziply, or where Ziply. Oh, there it is. Yep, dropping packets even to Ziply Fiber. It's weird, yeah. And the funny thing is the ping times aren't going up at all. So the zero ping time problems, like all the pings are perfect. It's literally just dropping packets.
Man in the middle attack.
No,
nah. I mean, I wouldn't. That's still a possibility, but I wouldn't think it was anything specifically for Jerry. If nobody's going to be doing that kind of shit.
No, I don't.
Ziply needs to restart their router. Yeah, man, let's do it.
I'm gonna ask John, the CEO, because he'll do it for me.
What was that old? There was a Windows blast. I remember. So back in the day, the internet as an infrastructure was so weak that at the time you could DOS someone does a denial of service attack someone from just one computer. You could flood a gateway from just one machine with enough trash traffic to, and and I remember there was one program that was actually really WinNuke. That's what it was called. And I don't know what the statute of limitations on this sort of thing is, but it's got to be more than 20 years. So, or it's got to be less than 20 years. So DDoS is distributed denial of service. So you'll get a whole bunch of computers all try and trash a network at once. But back in the day, you could do it from one machine. And I remember this one dude. So I used to play Worlds Away, and this one dude created a bunch of alt accounts and stuff, a bunch of alt characters, and took over certain parts of the game. Because you could have avatars down on the ground, but you could only have 8 avatars on the ground, and then everybody else would come into the room as a little ghost eyeball. But you couldn't actually interact with anything as a little ghost eyeball. So he took over a couple of rooms in the world, and this was again very early days. This was all through HTML. No, DDoSes are distributed. Oh, you guys are behind. So I remember this guy was being a real super butthead and taking over rooms in the world. Nobody could get to their apartments, couldn't get to the ATM machines, things like that. And so because early days of the internet, this was actually semi peer-to-peer, because it was all really actually just HTML, special browser windows and things to run this game back then. My dad was able to actually find his IP address and actually nuked his whole node. His whole neighborhood went down. He found the gateway, the close gateway that he was connected to, and WinNuke dropped the whole thing, took out a whole neighborhood.
So yeah, no, WinNuke, dude, that sucked back in the day. The port 139 Ube attack.
Oh man,
is that the one you're talking about? The one where everybody blue screens and reboots?
I don't remember exactly how it worked, or what you would see on the victims.
I know exactly how it worked, because I had to
just remember that
when I worked there.
It was just a massive traffic thing. Yeah, it was sort of somebody a death kind of. It was more like you just flood a particular IP address.
I can tell you exactly how it works. I can tell you exactly how it works.
Broken packets and stuff.
So WinNuke did a very specific thing. It was called the port 139 OOBE attack, or out of bound packet. It was basically a buffer overflow. And so what you did is you connected to port 139 on an IP address. You sent a packet that was too big. There was more than what I was expecting, because normally you'd connect to port 139 with a specific protocol and talk in a specific way. But somebody figured out that if you connected to the port and you sent malformed information that was too big, it would overflow the buffer. But this was a kernel level service deep down. Well, back then, and it would crash the computer. It blue screen, and it would say out of band error or whatever, and then you had to reboot your computer. You were absolutely stuck at that point. And so what people did is they would just scan IP addresses, just literally like a for loop, scan every IP address on the internet, which, by the way, didn't take long. Even with a slow connection, you could hit every IPv4 address on the internet in 12 hours.
Yeah.
And so you just out of band the entire internet. So you're basically every computer in the world that was connected to the internet that wasn't behind a firewall blocking port 139, which back then it wasn't common to block that port. Yeah. It would just mow down every computer.
You'd crash entire neighborhoods. It would drop the local hub or whatever. I don't know the right networking terms for the stuff out there. But yeah, it was so fun. We start. He goes, okay, watch this. Boop. And then the guys' little avatars just disappear. Boop, 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 just like that. And then we come to find out later that it had dropped his local node or whatever. So not just that guy, but probably 100 other people, or his whole neighborhood lost. And it's just temporary. The machine, the routers or whatever would catch this sort of thing, and then reboot, and it's fine.
So I ruled out my computer just for the hell of it. So I grabbed my laptop that has no VPN, no Nord, anything on it, and I just did ping test the 3 same route or the same IP address, still dropping packets. So this is 100% a problem with Ziply right now. So I just messaged John. He's usually on it. That dude's always watching the X group. So he'll see when I message him. I bet you probably within 10, 15 minutes he'll go back to me and be like, oh shit, or whatever, and I have to go reboot something. But yeah,
that was so fun. That kind of early day stuff was so much. It was really interesting. Or
Sub
7. Remember tricking people into installing Sub 7?
No,
and then you could, like,
what was that one? I don't remember that one.
It was like a collection of malicious tools.
That's mean, dude.
And you could do stuff like pop open their CD-ROM thing. You'd black out the screen and do like the matrix squiggles, or like you could type words onto their screen, or take control of their mouse and stuff like that. Oh man, dude, there were so many weird, like, crazy security holes. So like early AOL Instant Messenger, you could start like a private connection, like, oh hey, I'm going to send you this picture, or like you could send files to people. But the thing was, it created a direct peer-to-peer connection from your computer to theirs. So like you're like hacker mode, right? I'm in. Like literally, you are directly connected to this person's computer. So you could just open up a command prompt and start remotely accessing folders and stuff and files, things, just because you're directly connected, as if it were just like a network drive or something. It was bonkers. People didn't. You go in there and you could set up like, I'm going to set up a scheduled task in Windows because you're directly connected, and then shut down their computer. You know, we stuff like that. It's so fun. The early internet days are just freaking crazy, man.
Oh, dude, I could write a book, and I might. I should actually. I should write a book, because there's a lot of shit that I did early on that's past the statute of limitations that people have a good laugh over.
Dude. And the thing is, like, I never did anything super crazy. Like, I would pick on my friends and stuff. Like, I never like got into, you know.
No, I did it all. I did freaking carding. I did
the
all
legal
that stuff
term.
Back in the day.
Unauthorized access to a secured system, right? I never did any of that kind of stuff, but I poked around with things, and I never got that much into network security and things like that. Ah, man.
Bro, I legit did it all. I legit did everything. Like, I did carding and stuff, like actually like generating credit card numbers back in the day, like before they had the verification system, like pre-internet.
Yeah.
I used to use credit card generators and shit to generate credit cards that would actually like pass muster if you ordered something before they could verify it, because it took like a day to verify the transaction. Dude, I was a little shit, man, when I was in my early teens. But then once I hit 18, I was like, okay, now everything went from like, because keep in mind, this is like before like the laws were like solidified on cybercrime.
Real early days for that.
So like they really didn't know what the fuck was going on. Nobody had cameras anywhere. Like security cameras weren't even a real thing in most places.
Remember CU-SeeMe? Early video chat, bro. Early video chat stuff.
I could really tell you some stories.
The Logitech eyeball camera that was black and white.
Stuff.
I missed that. I made some really fun stop motion.
Remember, it was serial. It was serial 320 by 200 resolution, 10 frames a second, and it was just grayscale. And remember, it had the little triangle. The eyeball would sit in. Remember that, so you could rotate it around.
Yeah,
I remember
it was like an eyeball on a cord, and then
CU-SeeMe had a really severe bug.
Oh yeah.
So CU-SeeMe had a really severe bug where when you opened it up, it would just automatically answer any call that came to the IP address. Because remember back then, they were like, oh, how would anybody have your IP address? Yep. Well, the problem is on IRC, you could get anybody's IP address by fingering them.
Yep.
So you could basically like use this finger protocol. You'd hit them, you'd get their IP address. So you had the person's IP address. Then you would go put it into CU-SeeMe. And so you'd go into any channel, like any of the sex channels or whatever, where people are like messing around on IRC, and you could just grab IP addresses, plunk them into CU-SeeMe, and then all of a sudden it'd pop up on the screen. You'd have like two people like going at it, having cyber sex. Yep. You'd pop into the channel. Yeah, I didn't have a camera back then, so it'd just be a voice thing. Yep. But then they'd see me like pop into the channel, and they'd be like, oh my God, turn it off. Because they didn't realize there's no passwords or anything. It was just by default. You could just like jump in. So then people started writing these scripts. So I had a script that I could run that would just go into an IRC channel, extract every IP address from everybody, and then just systematically try to connect to every single one of them using CU-SeeMe. And then soon as it got a connection, it would pop up on the screen and you could see the cameras. And sometimes people just leave their computer on. And so you'd just like be watching a camera in their house. It was really weird, man. This is like back when I was like, God, I was like 12, 13. Oh, that's me.
Oh,
if you guys, so if you guys are hearing a really, really long beep right now, that's a project that I'm working on hitting an error.
That's his packets dropping. You can actually hear them bouncing off of the internet.
Oh, it says error cannot open socket. What the shit's going on here? Hold on.
See, it's not just this is what's really broken. You're DDoSing yourself. I was charged with 2 felonies and they got basically dropped because of the laws at the time. I hacked a payment process company. Oops.
We've all been there, bro. We've all been there.
Nah.
Hey, so my project that's beeping back there is a solid beep like that is catastrophic error, so I gotta like reboot it. So give me a second here. It's an ESP32. If you guys see this little ESP32 sitting on my desk, this little thing, connected breadboard with a couple sensors on it. I'll explain what it does here in a minute. Let me reset it. Okay, it's gonna reconnect here because I have it doing serial output. It's connected to the Wi-Fi. Let's see if it turns the AC on. Let's listen. It should turn. Okay, so the current temperature in the room is 69.8 degrees, 45% humidity. When it hits 70 degrees, it should issue a command to turn on my AC. So you guys remember how I told you that my AC is broken? Like the relay is frozen in it. So when you put power to my AC, the compressor just turns on. It doesn't even matter if the fan's on. If it's plugged into power, the compressor just runs. Even if the whole AC is off, the power button's off, everything. You just plug it into power because the relay's fused inside. It just the compressor kicks on. So you never want a compressor and an AC running without the fan pushing air. Otherwise, it just instantly freezes up into a solid block of ice. So what I did is, since I don't want to pull the board out of there and buy the relay and desolder it and resolder a new relay and put it back together, what I did is I took a little $5 ESP32, a little $4 temperature and humidity sensor, and a little $1 beeper buzzer, little component, and I stuck them together on this little breadboard here. See this little breadboard with wires? So I got a breadboard, I got my little speaker, I got my little temperature and humidity sensor, and I had AI help me write a program for it that monitors the temperature in the room. And then once it reaches a certain temperature, it connects to my Casa switch. It's actually like one of these. This is the Topo, but Topo and Casa, they're similar. But it's like one of these little switches. I'll show you. One of these little guys. So I have the AC connected to one of these so I can control power on and power off remotely using IP. And so what that little ESP32 does is it connects to my wireless network. Yep. It looks for the TP-Link version of this. And then once it finds it, it monitors the humidity in the room and the temperature. And once the temperature gets below 69 degrees, it turns the AC on. The AC off. If it gets above 70 degrees, it turns the AC on. And by turn it on, turn it off, I mean, it's just cutting power to it using this little switch. So it's just taking over. It's taking over what the circuitry inside of the AC used to do before the relay is fused. And but I also have some other cool stuff. I put logic on there so that like it can only change the state every 5 minutes, so it always gives it time to drain oil back from the compressor when it turns off. So it doesn't rapidly change. So like if it drops down to 69, I do something with the GPU that kicks it up to 71 degrees in here. It'll wait a minimum of 5 minutes before it issues the command to turn it on or turn it off. That way it doesn't burn up the AC. But the beeping that you heard right there was for some reason it lost connection to my local network, because this isn't over the internet. It's like looking on my local network for this thing. And for some reason, it just said the whole networking stack just failed for whatever reason. And it couldn't contact anything. Oh, right here. Error. Cannot open socket. Failed to communicate with Casa plug. Something is bad wrong with my network. Even my LAN is doing weird shit. What's going on here? Yeah, it says failed to communicate. What's the temperature in here so I can see? Yeah, it's 70 degrees. Hold on. Let me see if it does it now. Reset. And there's my access point. So it says connecting. Okay, connected to Wi-Fi. I got its IP address. Let's see. Okay, it's searching. Casa plug connection verified. State is off. Initial reading 70 degrees. Oh, yep. It says the state needs to change, but I need to wait 264 seconds before changing state because it's waiting for that 5-minute cooldown. All right, so in 5 minutes it should turn the AC on. So yeah, I obviously need to add some more shit to the code so that it doesn't just freeze up and lock up and stop trying. I fortified a bunch of the code so that if it can't connect to the Casa switch, it'll just keep retrying 3 times and then wait and try again. And if it doesn't connect to the Wi-Fi, it'll reconnect to the Wi-Fi, but it hit a weird state I've never hit before. And that was like general socket failure. Like it literally could not connect to the internet or do anything with the internet, and it didn't know how to handle that. Gamers Unite said, did you set the ESP32 to connect the static IP since the reboot the IP changed? Yes. Yeah, the ESP32 and the Casa switch are both assigned static IP addresses issued via DHCP on the UniFi router. Let's hear. BB Junkie said there was a really cool Merc mod. Can't remember what it was called, but it had loads of hacking tools in it. When you started it up, there was like a futuristic female voice. Anybody remember it? Yes, I do. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it was an MIRC had a whole scripting language that you could do for writing bots and stuff in it. And I got a long story about how when I was 12 years old, I made $400 using my dad's social security number, tricking people into going to porn site and getting 5 cents per click. So yeah, I walk out one day to my mom. It was the funny thing. I was like, "Hey mom, do you know dad's social security number?" And she just gave it to me. Didn't even think about it back then. Like back then there was like no reason. Like it's, they didn't understand the internet. They didn't know I was calling up other computers and shit. They really didn't. They thought Prodigy was something that was on the computer. They didn't know it was anything else. So my mom just gives me my dad's social security number. I don't know why. She didn't ask any questions, nothing. So I go in the room. I sign up for this, marketing service where it's like back then it was like advertising was in its infancy. This was like the beginning, right? Nobody saw ads or anything. It was like right when it started. So they'd pay 5 or 10 cents per click, not per 1,000 clicks, per click. Jeez. So every time somebody clicked on a porn site or whatever that had your little thing and the URL, you'd get paid 5 cents. And they had a dashboard where you could track it, where you could see how much money you were making. And so what I did is I created an IRC bot that joined every single sex-related channel on IRC. So it'd literally be in like 500 channels at once on FNet, and then I had a bunch on DALNet. And what it would do is anytime somebody joined the channel, it would start a random timer between 1 and 5 minutes, because you didn't want it to hit them immediately when they joined the channel, because then they know you're a bot. Yeah. And so what I'd do is I'd message them and be like, "Hey, I'm really sorry that we got disconnected last night. Here's that site that I was talking about." And then I dropped the URL in there. And so most people would be like, "Oh, what's this? I don't remember talking to this person," or whatever. Then they'd be like, "Oh, I want to click on this and see what this is about." And then I would take them to the porn site, and cha-ching, I'd just get my 5 cents. And there was no checking for like bots. Like you could literally, you could have botted that shit and they'd still pay you. It was like per IP address. They would give you 5 cents per day for a click. And so I had these like bots running, and seriously, after a week of running them, I went and looked in the dashboard and I already made like $150. Then it was like 200 and something. Then it was at the 400. Keep in mind, I'm only like 11 or 12 years old at this point. Like I'm really young. I'm like dialing up to the internet with a fucking 14.4 baud modem, right? And I'm on a shell account. Like I'm literally using a shell account. I don't even have like PPP or Slip or any of that visual internet shit. This is all text based. And so the way I was able to do the Merc script is I used a program called Slurp that would allow you basically logged in through Telex. You'd run this script and it would basically start a slip connection, and then you jump out of Telex really quick, open up WinSock, and then it would connect. And it was a way for you to only pay like $5 a month for an account that they'd normally charge $15 for. So like a normal graphical WinSock account back then was like $15, and then a shell account was $5. So you just buy the shell account, use the Slurp thing, compile it, and run it on the shell, and it allowed you to get like full slip account, right? So it was really freaking cool. Oh, hell yeah. Hold on here. All right. Oh. Sorry, I had to respond to my wife. She had some good news.
No, it happens.
So yeah, it really does. So anyways, I ran the script. It got up to like $450, and I was actually getting nervous because I was like, what do I do now? Right. So I cashed it out. So on the website, once you get over, I think it was like over $20, they'd cash out and pay you. Right. So I told them to pay it out, and they said, we'll mail you a check. Cause back then there was no electronic anything payment system. Right. God damn it. Why is it not connected?
Interesting. So, okay, Brian, thank you for the $10. He says, do you have a router firewall that can shape, police, or see traffic flows? Yes, we both do. To an extent. You can experience packet loss during network contention, i.e. all the porn you're torrented in the background. And somebody else had mentioned, could it be that the ESP32 is interrupting your network traffic?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's totally not. This is literally like, because I even tried it on my laptop that's connected directly to the router going right through the modem, and it's still dropping packets on all the same IP addresses. So yeah, no, and the ESP32 is also, the ESP32 is purely on LAN. It's not doing anything off LAN. Oh, here, thank you, baby. Mucho apreciado, señorita. You're the bestest. Thank you. Welcome. Oh, that'll make things a lot better. Yep, I am. Not really. She said make good choices. Oh, she heard me, damn it. No, she brought me my medicine, so they finally refilled it today. Man, don't even get me started on pharmacies, man. They literally don't want to fill my pain medication except for on the day that I'm out of it. Like, so they give you zero buffer days. Yes, zero, same. Not even a single buffer day. Like, if it's raining, snowing, or there's ice on the ground,
Yep.
It's just like fucking go through withdrawal until you can figure out how to get here somehow.
Yep.
And I hate that. Or they'll be out of it and they're like, oh, we're out of it. We had it yesterday, but we're out of it today. But they can't refill until the day of. Even if you don't pick it up, they can only refill on the day of, and you only pick up on the day of. So
the DEA is super strict.
They're getting nuts, dude.
They'll get so they're getting big trouble. Even like my doc is like, oh man, here I can write you like an emergency script or something, blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, as long as you're not gonna get in trouble, like I can last a couple days. It's not that big a deal, like, oh, I'm gonna be fuzzed out for a week or something like that. No. Like I'm following all the rules, all this stuff, but yeah, they're really very, very strict.
Yeah, Pele said maybe it's the router itself. No, it's not the router. This is I have ruled everything else out. This is 100% packet loss on Ziply. And it was also affecting my TV in the bedroom. So, and this was, yeah, so this is something that's been happening for at least 24 or 48 hours, because I noticed this the other day where I was in the room and I was watching YouTube and I'd click on a video and it would just never load. It'd just do the spinny thing. And then I'd have to hit back and click on it again to get a play. I've never had to do that before. Yeah. And I just figured, maybe there's like a bug at the TV. Maybe it updated the app and there's a shitty app. No, it's because it was dropping packets when I clicked on it. It didn't know what to do once it dropped the packet and got stuck because it's a fucking TV app and they're the worst. And I'd back out and have to do it again. So yeah, no, it's not my computer, it's not the laptop, it's definitely not the networking equipment, because this is like top of line UniFi shit, and I already rebooted it. So and it's showing everything, like it's speed. If I do a speed test, even the speed test is dropping packets on the router. So this is definitely packet loss. And here, let me see how we're doing over here on packets. By the way, it worked. It turned on the AC. So after that cooldown, I'm like looking at the output from my ESP32, and it said, yep. Got down to 1 second, said the current temperature of the room, 71.4 degrees, and it issued the command to the TP-Link switch and turned on the AC. So right now my room's cooling down. Oh, I love it. I love it, because I've been oh yeah, we're still dropping packets like crazy. I've been raging having to control that AC manually. Yeah. Because I'd have to sit here and have a button on my Stream Deck that I link to the TP-Link. And so it'd be getting hot. Then I'd turn it on, have to wait like 5 minutes for it to cool down. Then it'd get freezing ass cold because I'd forget to turn the AC off and I'd start shivering. And I'm look down, it's like 54 degrees in here. And so then I turn the AC off and then let the computer warm the room back up. And it was literally just making me feel sick from the massive heat, heat to cold. So I'm very temperature sensitive. Like I've always been. Like, I don't know if it's my medication or what the deal is, but it's like, unless it's between 68 and 70 degrees, I am not doing well. So now I've got this thing controlling it for me, and it actually works really good. I just got to fix a couple little bugs in the code, like you saw. Like if it loses access to the network, it shits the bed or whatever. But yeah, I did verify. I'm missing packets right to Ziply too, like straight up from the ONT or the modem, basically from the ONT over the fiber to Ziply. I'm dropping packets, so right directly from the router. So I'm waiting to see if I hear back. Haven't seen anything from him yet. It is the weekend though, so I don't know how quick he's going to reply on a weekday. Yeah. But this is something that's been happening definitely for the last day or two, because I've also like I said, I also noticed, and I played Flight Simulator, and I would notice every once in a while, and I thought it was just a bug because everybody says Flight Simulator 2024 is so buggy. But I noticed a plane would be flying, and then the plane would just freeze in the air for like 3 to 5 seconds, and then it would like jump way ahead. And I wonder if that was because it was also dropping a packet, and then once it got the packet back, it would catch up. So yeah, something's wrong. Retro my bits said, Jerry, I wish you'd make some videos. I wish I'd make some videos too. Let's see here. That's everyone's issue with YouTube lag buffering thing, not just Ziply. Yeah, this is something new for Ziply though. I've never had a packet loss problem with Ziply ever. Like seriously, I've never had a problem with it. It's always been 100%. And so that's why I'm like, this is really bizarre and like out of character for Ziply. But then again, you never know. Could have been, we recently had some weird power outages and shit in this area that could have damaged some of their equipment, right? So let me look here. So if I go to internet, let's see here, primary internet. Let's see here, speeds, expected ISP speeds, 1024 up and down. Let's see here. Let me go to the UniFi site. Okay, UniFi network, Ziply. Okay, that's all up to date. All my network stuff's up to date. I'm just seeing if there's like any updates on there. Let's see, where's the speed test? I want to run a speed test from the router. Okay, speed test is set to automatic, scheduled daily at 9 a.m. So the cool thing is, like, the UniFi stuff does speed tests periodically to, like, adjust your settings. Optimize channelization. Let me make sure the VPN's off. Teleport. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me disable this. Hold on. Save. Can you guys still see me?
Yeah.
Okay, everything's still good?
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. I think teleport was enabled. Let me see. That's like Ziply's built-in VPN.
Isn't that that's like there's a teleport thing in the Ubiquiti stuff. It's like for so you can get direct access to your I don't know if you got the UDM Pro.
Yeah. I have
it's like your own private tunnel straight to the hardware.
Yep, and the way it does it is by using
as well.
Yeah, it uses their VPN though. If you ever get on the phone and you enable teleport in the thing, it'll actually change your IP address and you connect to a different. But it's not very fast. That's the thing. It's free, but I only got like 300 or 400 megabit through it. Whereas with Ziply, I get 980 out of, like, where I normally get like 1,000 to 1,024. I get 980 with all the overhead of the VPN, which is awesome. Let me see. Check for updates, device schedule. Actually, you know what? You've seemed to smooth out. Have you heard any roboticness from me? Like in a little while? Or has it been pretty smooth?
Not that I've noticed, but I mean,
nope, there, it just did it.
Attention.
No, it just did it, and I'm going to watch. I bet you it dropped back. Yeah, sure shit. So I have pings up on multiple sites. Like right here, let me open them here. God, I hate Windows. Okay, so in the background here, I have pings up on multiple sites. You can probably see in the background. You see those missing packets?
Yeah.
They're all missing at the same time to different IP addresses. So
network guy says that you just crossed 17,000 errors on video.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Honestly, it does not surprise me. So
just roboticized.
So you know what sucks is again, when I tried to blame this on you, we pretty much had the evidence to blame it on you, and then sure shit, it's my fault. It's always my fault. Always.
It is.
You're absolutely right. I need to stop second guessing you, because every single time it doesn't matter how but like even when I don't fuck with shit and stuff goes wrong, it's still somehow my fault.
You're always fucking
with stuff. I ain't fucked with shit this week. I ain't even come up to the room this week.
What's real funny though is you've got enough hardware that you could have a whole separate thing that is just for fucking around and just have this one machine for like gaming and streaming, and you could go fuck around with all.
It's not possible.
Got like 4 other machines.
Not possible, brother.
With.
It's not possible. What you're talking about is theoretical. It's not possible in reality, brother. It's not. When you're rocking the OCD, when you're rocking the OCD and ADHD I have, brother, there is no such thing as fucking with another network.
I've thought about like having a mini PC or something on my main TV,
like a fidget spinner.
I can play some games and stuff when nobody's around on the big screen and stuff. And it's like, nah, I'd still come in here and play fucking video games in my office.
Right?
Like, it'd be too much of a hassle. You know, it's just it's comfortable and like it all works and stuff like that.
Yeah, internet is straight up cutting in and out. Like, I can even see it. It's dropping the packet at the exact same time to every site. So it's like their router is just straight up like intermittently stopping my connection. It's on, it's off. It's almost like there's a loose fucking wire or a rusty wire somewhere is what it's acting like. And you know what scares me about this is I had the same fucking thing happen back when I had God, what was the name of that? Millennium Digital Media. Another like small time, it was my cable internet provider back in the day. And the same thing happened where one day I just started intermittently dropping packets everywhere. And it took them 6 fucking months to fix it. They literally would be like, oh, it's fixed. Nope, still happening. No, it's fixed. Then finally, after 6 months, I was ready to give up and just go get shitty, slow DSL just because it was bugging me so bad dropping these packets. And they finally fixed it. And you know what it was? It was the junction box, like right down at the end of my cul-de-sac. They opened it up and water got inside of it. And it rusted out like the whole panel where they had like all the wires on this punch down board.
Oh man.
And it was just rusted out. And they said that basically it was just causing the intermittent connection. I'm like, how did you guys not find that over 6 months? Like, seriously. And like with fiber, I guess the equivalent with fiber would be like a kinked or broken line where like the light impulses just aren't transmitting strong enough. Yeah. So it's like intermittently, like something is moving or something's just mechanically fucked up. Or it could be, I mean, it literally could just be an overwhelmed switch too. Because an overwhelmed switch will do the same thing, right? When it's overwhelmed and they can't forward the packets, it just starts dropping packets at random for everybody, and everybody loses, right? Connect the laptop directly to the ONT. I will after the stream. I can't do it right now. because that would require me to disconnect it. But that's a good idea. Billy B. Slayer, that's a solid idea. Like, because if I connect the laptop directly to the ONT and I'm not dropping any packets, then that means it is my network, 100% something on my network. So that would be a good thing for ruling shit out. So, but honestly, my experience with UniFi has made me a believer. Like, I really don't think it's UniFi. The UniFi shit has been the most solid networking stuff I have ever owned by like a country mile. I'm not saying it's flawless. I don't think anything's flawless, but I have to say that it's been fucking amazing. Pele said, I have to say it's not just your pod that has that problem. Have noticed it on other pods. Like what's a pod in this context? He said, I thought it was due to my side, not so sure.
Wireless things. That's what they call my little wireless mesh thingies that they sent me.
Oh, the pods. Okay, yeah, I don't have anything like that.
That's what Quantum called the little Wi-Fi.
Got it.
Box
Okay.
thingies that they sent me. I don't know if that's what they mean, but that's why it's important to ask for clarity.
Yeah. So for me, I'm not going over wireless. All my stuff's wired all the way from my computer goes. Hold on here. Let me see what there is. What's it bitching about? Oh, it failed to connect to the AC switch, but it did. Oh, there it goes. Okay, connect. It was just letting me know that it failed a connection attempt. That's why it was only 2 beeps. Yeah, it turned off the AC. So it said, yeah, the temperature dropped down to 69.9 degrees Fahrenheit. Turned off. Now it's waiting for the temperature to dip below 68 before. Wait. Oh, sorry. It turned it off at exactly 70 degrees, and now it's waiting for it to drop below 60 or drop below 68. No, that doesn't make sense because it's cold right now. What the hell is it doing then? So the temperature was 68.9. It says temperature 68.9 is below the threshold. Attempting to turn off the AC. So the AC is off. Oh, okay, never mind. So it's waiting for the temperature to go up like 0.1 degree, and then it'll issue a command to turn the AC back on. But it has to wait like 5 minutes for the cooldown. Yeah, I gotta fix this code. This code isn't the best, honestly. I mean, I used AI to write it, so you can't really expect a whole lot, right? Okay, let me fix my camera. I don't know, for some reason, every time I turn in the chair, I bump anything or bump the desk. Somehow the camera just freezes. I don't know why. And then I just literally click on it and say deactivate, activate, and it just works again. So I got a lot of problems to solve. Although I do have a really big bone to pick with Microsoft over a bug I found last night that just fucking blew my mind. And I wonder if you guys have run into this at Puget. So check this out. My computer downstairs hasn't been turned on in probably 3 or 4 months. Like, it's just been offline because I've been playing like PlayStation 5 and stuff, right? So Adam bought me a game, this Indiana Jones game, and I really wanted to play it. It's supposedly it's a fucking amazing, right? So
yeah, I want to get the Game Pass so I can fucking play that too. It looks really cool.
Yeah, so he got it for me on Steam, and I was like, fuck, I want to play this so bad. So I boot up the computer and I go into Windows Update, and it says your Windows is end of life. You cannot receive updates anymore. I've never seen this message before in Windows 11. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this? So I went and asked on X, and a bunch of other people said they've hit this too. So apparently what happens if you had 22H2, which was what was last installed on my computer. I didn't update since then. So I had 22H2 on there, and apparently they end of lifed it. So now the only way for me to fix the computer at this point, because no security updates, it's not giving. If you're on 22H2, you're probably not getting any updates or anything because they end of lifed it. Here's the thing. Normally when you end of life a build, you would let them upgrade to the next build, right? You'd show them the upgrade to 23H2 or 23H2 and then 24H2, which is the latest, right? So it didn't do it. So you know what I had to do to get it to upgrade? I had to literally go to Microsoft's site, download the fucking ISO, mount it, run setup exe, and then click upgrade. Wait for like 15 minutes for it to search for updates, click next, and then it updated. Everything worked fine, computer rebooted, and then it started downloading Windows updates again.
That is so weird to say. I'm on 22H2. I'm looking at my Windows Update. It says I have an optional quality update available. I had a .NET update as well while we were trying to figure out the networky stuff.
Yeah, and you have 22H2, right?
Yeah, I have, and then I'm looking at an optional quality update that's available. It says cumulative update preview for Windows. Oh, I forget this machine's on Windows 10.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. 22H2 Windows 10 is completely different. That's completely different. So
that didn't click for a second.
So yeah, I'm like, what is this? Like, why would you tell me? It literally, you click on it, it says this Windows product is end of life. And then you click on a link and it takes you to a Microsoft page that says, oh, Microsoft has stopped supporting whatever operating system. They don't say specifically because it's a generic page. It says Microsoft no longer supports this operating system. You should think about buying and upgrading to the next operating system or whatever. And then it links you to Windows 11, even though I already have Windows 11 installed. So I download Windows 11, I mount the ISO, I hit setup, and it says, oh, your computer meets all the requirements or whatever. It doesn't upgrade in place, reboots. Now I'm on 24H2, and everything works and the updates are downloading. So I'm like, this is the weirdest shit. Like, I've never seen Windows 11, anybody. Like, you should be able to have, like, RTM Windows 11, install it on your box, and Windows update your way to the latest version, right? Like, if you have, like, the original media, you should be able to install that shit and go. Somehow, specifically, and I looked it up because a lot of other people were hitting this too, because I thought it was just me. If you have 22H2 and it end of life's on your computer, you basically have to go that ISO route. There's no other way to do it. And if you have the original media and you don't upgrade to 22H2, you just leapfrog directly from that to the latest 22H or 24H2, then it works fine. It works absolutely fine because you skip over 22H2. But specifically, anybody that upgraded to 22H2 and sat on it for until the end of life, your only upgrade path is to mount the ISO and download it. How many fucking people are going to know how to do that?
Weird.
It's weird, bro. So yeah, I thought that was really weird. So here, let me look it up. And apparently, there's some really bad problems with 22H2, which is why they end of lifed it. But they don't give you an upgrade path. If you're an average user and you don't open Windows Update and you wait for your computer to update itself, you're fucked. You're getting no security updates, nothing. Your fucking wang is just hanging out. So type WinVer and see if you're on 22H2 after typing WINVER and run under the console. If it says you're on 22H2, open Windows Update and see what it says. This is for Windows 11, not Windows 10. This got to be specifically Windows 11.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Windows 11, 22H2 end of life. So here we go. Reaching the end of updates. So it says Windows 11 version 2. This is specifically from Microsoft, learn.microsoft.com. Windows 11 version 22H2 Home and Pro reaching end of updates. This is on 7/9/2024. It says it'll reach end of updates on October 8th, 2024. This applies to the following editions: Homes Pro, Pro Education, Pro for Workstations, SE. These editions will no longer receive security updates after October 8th. Customers who contact Microsoft support after this date will be directed to update their device to the latest version of Windows to remain supported. You're on Windows 11. You're literally on Windows 11, and it just randomly decides to stop giving you updates if you didn't update when it lets you. Weird. Oh, AC just kicked on. Did you hear that beep?
Yeah.
So 2 beeps. So that's because, again, it failed trying to connect to the AC, but it figured it out. It finally did connect to it. But yeah, it says temperature at 70.2 degrees, meeting the threshold. The AC is now turned on. So yeah, it's over there like regulating my room temperature. This little ESP32 is like the brain now controlling my AC. I love it. Let's see, how's my ping tests going? Let's check in with okay, haven't dropped a packet for a little while. Oh, I'm still dropping packets like crazy on that one. Yep, dropping a packet right now. Did you just get robotic?
No. Not that I noticed.
Oh, I did just drop a packet. Oh, you just got robotic right there. So yeah, so it's the buffer. Yep. So it's like I'm clairvoyant. I know when it's happening.
It's like a little bit after the packet drops.
Yep. Pele said it's a bug. Don't worry about it. It's on the Microsoft website. But nobody's going to know this. Nobody's going to know to upgrade because when
vast majority, but I imagine they'll push a different update and the vast majority of people won't even notice.
But it won't let you get any updates. It basically disables Windows Update. If you're on 22H2 past October 8th, it just disables Windows Update and never tells you there's another update. It says your computer's just up to date forever.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll push something though to rectify it.
I know, but they haven't since October 8th.
Yeah, but they take forever, man.
23H2 has already been out. 24H2 just shipped. So I don't get it.
I don't know.
They're like 2 full major updates in, and they still haven't fixed this. So. So I'm curious, everybody in chat, who here's on 22H2? I'm wondering if anybody in chat is on 22H2. Windows 11, not Windows 10. It has to be Windows 11.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Sounds like a bug, but Windows 11 is really just Windows 10 anyways. Oh, no, there's massive differences between Windows 10 and Windows 11. There's actually more differences between Windows 10 and Windows 11 than there is between Windows 8 and Windows 10.
I mean, I still say Windows 11 is just a feature update to Windows 10. I mean, like, it wasn't. To
be fair, they're all feature updates to the previous version. I mean, they're all based on the same code base.
There's a significant difference between Windows XP and Windows 7. Like, as someone who has literally worked on it, there is a significant update. There was a massive change, and like Windows 10 to 11, heck, even 7 to 8 was a big. I mean, I'm sure the kernel and stuff didn't change all that much. It was more of a UI update. Yeah, but like 10 to 11. They just did it to keep up with. They didn't have to rename it. They could have kept it Windows 10 and just pushed it as a major update. They didn't have to rename it Windows 11. It was not, in my opinion, a significant enough of an update
I agree.
To warrant a new version number.
When Windows 10 RTM'd, I agree. When Windows 10 RTM'd, it should have just been an upgrade to Windows 10. Like,
yeah.
But the amount of changes that they've made since, like the most significant, I think, is the graphics stack. So the graphics stack on Windows 11 has changed dramatically. It's a new driver model. You can now now it runs outside of the kernel, so you can actually reboot the graphics like at any point and without crashing or rebooting the machine, which is really cool.
Yeah, and everything's shit with was it process scheduling and handling really high core count.
So here's the thing: if you're on
handle really high core count.
No, not the 192 cores. Yeah,
anything past 32, it gets really wonky
for sure. Yeah,
but that's something. But still, like,
Microsoft does do that on purpose though, because they want you to buy the enterprise versions. So like the HAL will lock out cores until you buy Data Center.
Which, they charge you by the core for Windows Server 2000.
Dude, you think that's bad? Do you remember back on Windows Server 2000? Windows Server 2000, you had to buy Data Center, which was like an $8,000 license. It was dumb. A massively stripped down version of Windows 2000, and that was the only way that you could get those 4 multi-core giant 32 core servers to work at the time. There's no other way to do it. You had to have Data Center. It was the only one that supported that core count. So I remember companies having to pay $8,000 just to run their Data Center blades, and I was like, that's stupid. But then somebody figured out how to hack it, where you could actually copy, and it was really easy too. In Windows 2000, I think you could even do it in Windows 2003. Or you could just copy the HAL like that for the binaries from the Data Center product, stick it into the version of the Pro SKU, right, the workstation SKU, and it would then unlock it and allow you to use all the cores. So it was a software lock. It wasn't like they added code to support more cores. They literally added code to GIMP them and reduce the number of cores you could use so that you'd buy the higher SKU. A lot of people didn't want the higher SKU.
Yeah.
So let me see if John has responded yet. Let's see here. John. Nothing from him yet. So let's see. He's the VP. So he's the vice president of networking at Ziply Fiber. It's cool though, because the nice thing about my ISP is the dude literally lives right down the street. Like 2 blocks away from me is the CEO of Ziply Fiber. So if I have a problem, usually he has a problem too. So hopefully he'll look at this and be like, oh, I'm going to do a ping test too. And he's seeing drop packets. And if he sees drop packets, he's already on the phone making him reboot everything. Let's see. They said Windows 10 was the last Windows. I know. And now they're saying there's going to be a Windows 12. I know. They said Windows 10 was going to be the last one. Then it's Windows 11. Now Windows 12. And it's yeah, you're right. It's all just feature upgrades. That's all it is. There's nothing... Yeah. Nothing major. You can still load Windows 10 drivers in Windows 11. The only thing that, I think in Windows 10, don't you get auto HDR? Did they finally put that into Windows 10?
I don't know.
So auto HDR is a pretty cool feature.
Turn that stuff off.
So if you have an HDR screen, right? I have an HDR screen that can do HDR10. So with HDR10, you get a really wide color gamut. You can actually see something where it's really blindingly bright and see detail in completely darkness on 2 areas of the screen. And so a lot of games don't support it. There's modern games support HDR, but a lot of the old stuff doesn't. So Windows 11 has a thing called auto HDR, where it basically takes and dynamically expands the color gamut to make non-HDR games HDR automatically. So if you have an HDR screen and you open up a legacy game, fucking even a Nintendo emulator, it'll auto HDR that shit and make it so it'll work with an HDR screen. It looks a lot better. It actually does a really good job of making it look better. What I don't get is why HDR doesn't work for shit on the desktop. If you enable HDR on the desktop, nothing ever looks right. It just doesn't. But the games, it's awesome. And so you want to disable it and then turn it on. Oh, that beep again. It turned off my AC. I need to disable that beep. That's annoying. So I also got to figure out why each time it's connecting, for some reason, every time it tries to connect to the COS switch, it's attempt 1, attempt 2, attempt 3, and then finally after attempt 3, it says failed to turn the AC off, and then it says, oh, COSA plug found, AC turned off. So it looks like it's sending the command to turn it off, but then it's failing to get status back, confirming that it's turned off.
Huh.
But then it says should be on, no. Should be off, yes. Switch is currently to stay off. So it's obviously getting status from it, otherwise it wouldn't know it was off, right? I don't know. It's weird. Networking guy said, have you played the new Forza Motorsport update on PC full race trace? No, I haven't. I want to. So apparently Forza Motorsport finally got like full-blown ray tracing. Like full-blown ray tracing, where it's supposed to be like the best looking racing game ever. So I want to try it. But my beef with Forza Motorsport is that even with a 4090 and a 13900K CPU and super fast DDR5, it's still, with ray tracing on everything enabled, runs like shit.
That's the thing. This is something that's bugging me in the last few years. Is in part we've kind of plateaued when it comes to like performance leaps per generation. But at the same time, there has been a gross lack of optimization in game development. There is no reason why Call of Duty needs to be 300 fucking gigabytes. That's outrageous.
That's ridiculous.
And it's because there's uncompressed audio, it's uncompressed textures. Why am I having to what is it with the shaders? Why am I having to compile shaders every fucking time I open some of these games? That shit should be done already when you went gold. Like you should have. That shit should be. And maybe I'm complaining. Maybe I'm probably talking out my ass a little bit because I don't know enough about modern gaming development. But even still, like the way that they put pressure on the developers to, just push, grind, and then they fucking fire people, and you lose all this tribal knowledge, and you got to start all over again when you make your next game because fuck you, and we don't want to pay senior developers and this and that. Like, it just makes these at least the AAA stuff, the stuff from the big guys, is just outrageously unoptimized, and it's because they just lean on the crazy power of the hardware. There's like, oh well, fuck it, we don't bother to do it on the front end, like while we're developing, because you got this massive hammer that you can just smash things and they just deal with it, and it sucks.
So James asked, is there any good reason why the start button is in the middle, like on Windows 11 to start out? And the answer is yeah. I actually found out why they did that, but it's stupid because not everybody has the hardware to make it really worthwhile. The reason being is they have ultra wide monitors now, and I mean really ultra wide, like 49 inches wide.
Interesting.
And by having to drag the cursor all the way over 3 screens into the corner to hit the button is a pain in the ass, so they put it in the middle that.
Why not just push the fucking Windows key on your keyboard?
I mean, that works too. But here's the thing, because I wondered about this. I wondered about this until I actually used Windows on a 49-inch diagonal, and then I finally got it. It finally made sense. That makes sense.
That's actually, I had not thought of that, and that does make a lot of sense.
It's the only time it makes sense. It's literally, and how many people have an ultra-wide screen? Out of everybody in the world that runs Windows, how many people you think has a 49-inch fucking $3,000 ultra-wide, like super ultra-wide? Nobody.
Exactly. It's silly. And even then, like, heck, you could completely eliminate the start button completely, and then just push the Windows thing, and it could pop up. Like I so rarely ever have to click on the start button for anything.
I never hit the Windows. I never click on it ever. Yeah,
I love that. I just Windows key and start typing. If I want to open something that isn't on my desktop or pinned to the taskbar, I just hit the Windows key and start typing.
So check this out. Windows key. Here's the 2 things you want to know as a Windows user. Windows key opens the start menu. Windows key X opens everything else.
Yep.
So if you do Windows key and what you want isn't there, do Windows key X, you're probably going to find it. If you don't find it under Windows key X, then do Windows key R and just start typing shit and hit enter.
I would even say not even the R. That's if you know specifically the exe you're trying to run.
Yeah.
But like if you just hit Windows and start typing a program that you have installed, it's probably there.
Yep. Do you use Power Tools?
I think so, or I have set up enough of the stuff that I don't have to like look at it anymore.
So there is a really cool power tool. I'm trying to find the name of it here. Let me see. Power Tools It's Power Toys is what it's called. Not Power Tools. Power Toys. So Power Toys is a collection of they used to not be owned by Microsoft. Then Microsoft bought it and started integrating it. But it's basically them testing out and trialing a bunch of functionality before they put it into the operating system. So one of the things I really like is, I'm trying to find the name of it because it is a badass thing. I don't use it enough. I need to use it more. But you basically hold down Windows key and hit the space bar, and it pops up a search box in the middle of the screen, whatever screen you're on. It pops up this little box in the middle of your screen that just does everything. You type, it basically uses like inference, and whatever you type, it guesses what you want. and then gives you all the options underneath it. And it is so much more effective than search. In Windows, it's called, let me see here, advanced pace, always on top, crop and lock, find my mouse. There it is, Power Toys Run. So I just found it. It's called Power Toys Run. And it says a quick launcher that has additional capabilities without sacrificing performance. And you can enable a bunch of features on it, like use centralized keyboard hook. You know, it says try this if there's issues with the shortcut not working with certain apps installed. Ignore shortcut in full screen mode so that it doesn't pop up when you're playing a game. Input smoothing, wait for input before searching. This reduces interface jumpiness and system load, etc. You can also load plugins and stuff. But here's the thing. You basically just type Windows key spacebar with this thing installed, and you get this box in the middle of the screen. It's really fucking cool. And anything you can think of that you can type into this damn thing, it'll figure out what you mean. Like if you want to do math, just type 1 + 1, and it'll literally under it say 1 + 1 = 2. Wow, if you say translate this to this, it just automatically does it and shows it to you under the box. And you can copy and paste it. What the fuck is this thing on about back here?
It's broke.
Oh no, error TCP read timeout, failed to communicate with Cosmo.
Dropping packets.
It is. Oh, there it goes. It just connected and turned it on. Yeah, this is weird. Why am I dropping you know what? I'm going to ping my router.
There you go.
Let me ping my router and see if we got some weird shit going on here. 192.168.1.1. I'm just going to, okay, so less than 1 MS.
Ooh,
I'm going
Jerry just exposed his IP address to all you fools. Go start freaking hack source his box source.
Where did I expose my IP? I didn't expose my IP.
You just said it out loud, man. 192.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. 120. Oh, no way. It is my goddamn router.
Of course it is.
I rebooted it. How am I dropping fucking packets?
It's broken. It's tired, man. Your fucking router's just tired, bro. It only handles so much.
Okay,
how old is it?
What is going on here? Bro. Okay, I should probably tell John it's not them so he doesn't go and fucking take down the data.
It's probably them too. Their shit probably broke your router.
No, I don't think it's them. Here, I'm gonna delete it for now. I'll message him again later. No, there's no way. Why would I be dropping? I'm literally dropping packets directly between my computer and my switch downstairs. That should not be happening under any situation. Let me see if I'm dropping it over Wi-Fi. Hold on. But you're right. That's why that thing beeping over here. It can't connect to the goddamn Casa switch because it's dropping packets.
Yup.
I just don't understand how. Like, how am I dropping packets to the fucking router that's at the other end of the cable? It's not like I'm going through anything. I mean, unless this Netgear fucking 10 gig switch is shit in the bed. Actually, wait, could it be shit in the bed?
Could.
Wait, where does this cable go to? Is that, I'm trying to figure out if my computer is connected to the SFP thingamabobber. Yeah, I'm dropping packets. Look at this, dude. I'm back here. I'm dropping packets like fucking crazy to the switch. Actually, wait a second. What the fuck? Yeah, that makes zero sense. And I'm less than 1 millisecond, so I know it's not routing over the internet. It's like, this is local. Yeah. So, wow. Yeah, so the router's fucking shit in the bed, man. Why is it doing that? I've never had any problem with this thing. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I'm dropping packets over Wi-Fi, which means it's not the switch. I'm ruling out because I do go through another switch before I go down to the router. It goes to this Netgear 10 gig switch, and then it goes down to the closet. I ruled that out because this goes through Wi-Fi, and it's dropping packets, and the Wi-Fi is directly connected with PoE right into the switch. Let me see if I can open the logs. Hold on here. System. Let's see. I've never had to actually look at the logs on this damn thing. Let's see. Wi-Fi, network. There we go. Barnaland. Router. Where are the logs? Where is the logs? Yeah, because remember, I went down and rebooted the whole thing, dude. Like, this is so fucking weird, man. Well, I'm glad I checked that because I don't want Ziply like chasing ghosts. Let me see. Intrusion protection. I don't know why I don't have any logs accessible through the app. I should though. Let me look here. All systems operational. Oh, here we go. I found it. Okay, so critical. Those are October security detections. A couple people tried to log into the router and failed. That's fine. No updates. Admin activity. Just as I've opened the app, let me look at client activity. Okay, Xander connected. What is today, the 14th? Yeah, so Xander woke up and connected to the internet at 1:21 p.m. It's cool. I love a UniFi. It like tells you when everybody connects and disconnects from the network.
Hey, thanks very much, Roger R. with 11 euros.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Yeah, access point, no logs. Yeah, all the logs are clean. There's no indication in the logs of any kind of failure. Let me do a Ziply speed test. Most active is the bedroom. That makes sense because that's where I've been the last couple of days doing stuff. Okay, here it is. I'm running a speed test right now directly from the router to the modem. So I'm getting 1036. Oh, is that breaking up while I'm doing the speed test?
For a sec, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna because I'm using like 100% of the bandwidth. Yeah, so I got 3 ms, 0 packet loss between the switch and the gateway, and I'm getting over a gig. So both ways, upload and downloads. Yeah, it's not Zibly. This is fucking weird, man. I've never seen any problem like this. This is different. Let me open up my topology here. Yep, goes directly from the 16 port. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, things might go down for a little while, but give me a minute. I'll go try something. I think I have because I told it to reboot. I told it to reboot the Ubiquiti gateway. I didn't reboot the 16 port switch on top of it that I actually go through. So I wonder if somehow
you rebooted everything.
I thought I did, but I forgot when you reboot
all my stuff's on one power switch. I just go bloop, everything off.
Let me do that.
Then I had to go to the garage and do the modem.
Let me go reboot the PoE because that would also explain why it's over the network because all the PoE stuff's plugged into that because that's that's the power for these things. All right, give me a second. I'll go reboot that. I might disconnect for a second, but I'll be right back.
Quick, AMA. Try and get me riled up. I dare you. Don't. This is your chance. Don't get me started. Part of the stream. Maybe after Xander hogging the internet. Nah. Why are you cute? Oh. Genetics mostly. The hat. The beard. These fucking guns.